Today, you're going to learn how to unlock an unlimited supply of art styles in Midjourney in the easiest way possible. Midjourney recently launched a new feature that is not only extremely useful, but it's also very easy to use. We're going to start by taking a look at the new feature, and then we're going to explore different ways that we can use it in our future creations. Towards the end of the video, I'm going to show you a way that you can keep all of these art styles organized so you can come back to them later, even if Midjourney changes how the command functions. So let's get started. The new feature we're going to look at today is called SREF Random. The SREF Random parameter is going to take your image and assign a random style to it. Midjourney does this by rolling a random series of numbers that correlate to an art style, and then it applies it to whatever prompt that you asked it to generate. Let's take a look at this feature in action. To start, we're going to generate a standard image of Deadpool by typing /imagine Deadpool without any other parameter. This is going to give us what I guess you can refer to as the default Midjourney style of Deadpool. Sometimes you'll get a slightly different art style, but generally it's very generic. Here's what Midjourney came up with. Now we're going to apply the SREF Random command and see what Midjourney gives us. To do this, just use the same basic prompt of Deadpool, but now add --SREF Random on the end of it. As you can see here, once you submit the prompt, Random has now turned into a series of numbers. These numbers relate to the art style that Midjourney is going to apply to the new image of Deadpool that we're generating. Here's the new art style that Midjourney applied to our prompt of Deadpool. It's a little more animated and cartoony than the default version that didn't have any art style applied to it. Let's try generating another image with SREF Random and see what Midjourney generates. So once again, type /imagine Deadpool --SREF Random. And as you can see down here, we have a different number than what we were given on the last generation. Here's what the new reroll of SREF Random gave us. Instead of the cartoony look of the last one, it's a more realistic painted look. Now that we have this new style, let's say we want to generate an image of Wolverine with the same look. Now you can simply start your prompt with Wolverine, but instead of using SREF Random, this time you can use SREF and the number that was generated on our image of Deadpool. Since I really like this cartoony one better, let's use this number here. So copy the number, go down, type /imagine Wolverine --SREF, and then paste that number in. This should apply the exact same style to our new generation of Wolverine. Here's our image of Wolverine with the same art style applied to it. Wolverine can be really tricky in Midjourney because for some reason he always has claws coming out of everywhere. I've tried generating him on multiple occasions and it always turns out a little bit weird. For example, take a look at this image right here. He has claws coming out of his shoulder, which might possibly be the worst superpower ever. But what he could do with that superpower, he could hit that like and subscribe button. Now let's see if this art style carries over to different aspect ratios. We're going to use the same prompt of Wolverine with the same SREF number, but this time we're going to change the aspect ratio to 16:9. We'll copy that same number, paste it down here, and add an aspect ratio of 16:9. And as you can see, it does carry over between aspect ratios. Let's do another run of Deadpool and a few other characters just to make sure that this wasn't a fluke. So here we have Deadpool in the same style, Hulk in the same style, and Iron Man in the same style. The style consistency carries over across all of the images. As you can see, style reference is not only a powerful tool, but it can be extremely valuable when you want to apply it to other images. But what if all these style reference numbers change in a future update to Midjourney? We're not 100% sure how things work when it comes to the Midjourney algorithm. What works today might not necessarily work tomorrow, which means that there's no guarantee that these style reference numbers are always going to correlate to the art style that you generated. I'm going to show you what I've personally been doing to track art styles since SREF Random came out. Let's start by generating another image. I'm going to go with Deadpool again, and I'm going to add the SREF Random parameter. And here's the random style that Midjourney gave us. It kind of has a psychedelic painting style to it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose my favorite one out of these 4 images. I'm going to go with U2. Now that I've upscaled the image, I'm going to copy the SREF Random number, and then I'm going to save the image. For the file name, I'm going to use the SREF Random number so that if I ever need to get the number back, I have it as the file name. Now, if Midjourney ever changes their algorithm, they ever change the SREF Random numbers, I'm going to be able to access something similar to this style. I'm going to show you how you can access that by using the image. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to upload the image that we just saved. To do that, click the plus button down here and click Upload a File. Now we're going to take the style from the image that we just uploaded and apply it to a new image of Wolverine. To do that, we're going to type /imagine Wolverine --SREF, but instead of using the SREF random number that we got, we're going to grab the link from here, so copy link, and just paste it after SREF. And here's what it generated. It came out very similar to the Deadpool image that we generated. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna try the SREF number just to see how close that gets. So we're gonna go up here. We're gonna copy the number. And then we're gonna apply that instead of the link. And here's what Midjourney generated by using the SREF number. I actually think using the SREF number actually created something that was more accurate to the Deadpool image. But when you use the image as a style reference, it does come very close. So hopefully Midjourney keeps it so that the style reference numbers never actually change, but you can never be certain. So if you ever want something that's close to what you generated, or close to the style that you have, make sure you save the image and use the style reference upload option. Now, as a special bonus, I wanted to share a few of the style reference numbers that I came across when I was making this video. I really liked a lot of these and I used a lot of them in the thumbnail. I love this style when I came across it, and I don't know what it is, but it kind of reminds me of the weird stuffed animals that they sell at IKEA that were designed by kids. I personally think this style would be great for a kid's book. If anyone's out there AI generating kids books, I actually think this would be an amazing style to use. This one's cool because it almost looks like rust corrosion, but in a painting form. When used with Deadpool, it makes him look actually a lot like Deathstroke, which is a character that Deadpool was designed to be a parody of. So very meta. I like this one because it looks like an image that was hand painted on fabric. When I was growing up, we never had a ton of money, so I never got like a ton of new clothes. So this looks like something I would have done if I wanted like a Deadpool shirt. I would have like found a way to just paint on it, which is hilarious. But looking back now, this makes it very nostalgic. Like I actually did this. I can't remember if I did or not. And I know it wouldn't have looked as good as this, but that's what this kind of reminds me of. This style looks amazing. It's almost a mix between Japanese yokoi and medieval illustrations. It's also kind of hilarious when it's used with a character like Deadpool. This style feels like it's more about the colors rather than the style, but I just really liked how they blended those colors with the cartoon style of the drawings. This style feels like it's more about the colors rather than the style, but I just really liked how they blended those colors with the cartoon style of the drawings. I'd like to generate this with a few other characters just to see how they look in these colors. And that's it. Thank you for watching the video. Like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.